Hi YouTube, it's Kathy. It's been a while. For the three of you that have noticed that I haven't really posted in 3 weeks, congratulations. For everyone else, you're like, oh yeah, this person's a thing. Anyway, I have a myriad of excuses as to why I haven't posted recently. The holidays, so I went home, I had family time in which I was not thinking anything about videos. And then upon getting back to Victoria, it was work, having to sleep for a couple of days, work, getting called in for more work, and then work, which is like the first worldiest of problems. One of the reasons that I'm picking up a lot of shifts is because I'm going to Boston next month for NerdCon Nerdfighteria, so if you are also going to be there, let me know down in the comments below. Over the break, my father also took me Boxing Day shopping so he could help me pick out a brand new shiny computer because my previous computer, Aezera, is about 5 years old and had started not really functioning great or very well. So now I have a brand new shiny computer who I have named Clarke, and I've been familiarizing myself with Windows 10 because that's brand new to me now. It is also remarkably hard to get the house to myself during winter because it's cold outside and my roommate is always cold to begin with, so going outside is not a thing he likes to do. But here we are. One thing that I wanted to address is my Ask an Introvert series. I don't have any videos for that currently in the works, and that's because I've run out of questions, and if you don't have any questions to answer, it's really hard to do a segment where you answer questions. So if that is a segment that really interests you, I would suggest that you leave me some comments with questions, otherwise it just won't be able to happen again. Additionally, over the break, I figured out my accommodations for VidCon this year, which happens in June in Anaheim, because I just unfortunately do not have the money to go all the way to Australia, and then to go all the way to Amsterdam, although that would be a dream. At the Anaheim VidCon, I'm going to be rooming with a few of my favorite humans from the YouTubes, so I am so excited to 1, meet them in person, and 2, so many collabs. Something else that is new about this new year is I have started a blogging project that I previously mentioned, but I'll mention again here. It's called Sober 17, and during this year I'm not going to drink, and I'm blogging about it. So far I've only posted 2 blogs because, again, working and not very organized. Although, to be fair, it is hard to be organized when you're an auxiliary worker because you just get called in for shifts, and then you have to drop all of your plans. So even if I was perfectly organized, I would still be a little messed up in that regard. And finally, I have an idea of what I want to do for a few segments, but I want to run it by you guys first to see if it's even of interest to anyone but me. And that is, I've started writing down all of the books that I read, all of the things that I listen to, and all of the things that I watch. And I want to know if it would be interesting to you to hear those things in kind of a weekly wrap-up format. For instance, off the top of my head, I've finished 5 books so far this year, so I could talk about those. I've watched a lot of Grey's Anatomy, so really I would just talk about the fact that I've watched a lot of Grey's Anatomy and not give any spoilers because the end of the 5th season made me cry like a baby. And then I've also been listening to my favorite podcasts, but also listening to books, so that's how I've gotten up to 5 so far because I am not a fast reader. And then of course I've watched some other shows in there as well as watched some movies. So if a weekly wrap-up of my entertainment would be at all interesting to you, let me know down in the comments below. Although to be fair, I might just do it anyway because I can do what I want. If I don't end up working on my last day off this week, I'm going to sit down and do some proper planning as to videos for this channel, instead of this impromptu, hey, I have time before I go to work, so here I still exist video. I'm gonna have so much fun naming this. So again, if you have any suggestions whatsoever, let me know down in the comments below. I will take them into consideration. Be sure to hit the like button if your life is also a scheduling mess right now, and I will see you next time. Bye!